Really appreciate you all. Let's go. Come on, Jerry Wayne Jones. And everybody else and beyond. It's a Monday. Yeah. Appreciate each and every last one of you all for tuning in. The name is Law Nation.
I want me some glory hole.
Come on. Be sure to hit that like button. Share this content. Yeah. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party. Yeah.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
The grind for your mind. Salute to all of the HBO, the SG. That's the share game. Be sure to hit that share notification. HBO's help a brother out. You know what it is. Yeah. Come on.
I want me some glory hole.
Come on. Keep the engagement up by hitting that like button. It's free. It's free. The number 1 offense versus the number 4 defense, right? Come on. We've seen storylines like this before. Yeah.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
If it's your birthday this month, happy birthday to you. From yours truly, Lyle to the nation. Jay Worthy, I see you, fam. I see you. Yeah. I say, hey, no party like a long mission party. Yeah. Come on. Mama, there go that man again with the plan. Yeah. All the haters, do me a huge favor. Lean forward. Come on. I know you crunk now. Come on, get out of here. Where my dogs at? Tony, what's up? Shout out to you. Come on. Hey ho. It's a party. It's a party. It's a party. It's a party. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. I really do appreciate each and every last one of you all. You know, I'm just going to say what's on my mind. You know, people got to sell stories, right? But I come here to tell you, there's one guy by the name of Rain, Dakota Prescott. Hey, you, unless he can't move, he going to be out there. Even if he can crawl, Dak Prescott is going to crawl out there and try to throw that ball around, by the way. So that's what I just come here to tell everybody. I get it. I absolutely get it. It's Monday. And, of course, there's been some reports saying that they saw Dak Prescott walking around easily without the boot. Visual. And, of course, you know how this thing goes. He's a warrior, ain't that right? Jay Lombardi with the Party Mike Meticulous Detail Podcast. What's good with you as well? Ninja Nuts, what's good with you? Smooth Mix Texas. So we play against a team. We play against a team that won their last 2 games. The Vikings played against the Detroit. I believe they beat them, and then they fooled around and beat the Panthers. So they had back-to-back cat victories, right? They played cats back-to-back. So now they finna play us. We coming off of a bye week. They coming off of a bye week. Hey, it's a later game, so we should be locked, loaded, and ready, Cowboy Nation, regardless of what the naysayers are saying, by the way. But shout out to you, Tim. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Be sure to keep that engagement up. I've been looking at some of the past videos, and I look at the ratio, and it's not there. You know, that's the only way this thing can continue to go is the engagement, and that is hitting the like button. I ain't too proud to beg. You know, I'm going to beg. You know, I'm going to beg for that like button. Y'all got to smash it because we got a goal. We're trying to get to 100,000, and I can't get there without you all. Ain't that right, Natasha? Appreciate you. All right, so shout out to everybody. Let's get this audio going, and then we can get the day processed out because we got a lot of work to do. For those who watch my morning video, I really, really, really appreciate you all for watching that particular video. And what I spoke to everybody is that, hey, today, regardless of how we look at it, this still should be like a victory Monday because of the fact that you had the Washington team to lose, right? Let me know if I'm lying. You know, I don't think that they won this weekend. And then you had the Eagles. Cry, Eagles, cry. You know, they lost this weekend. And the Giants, you know, they just beating up on that poor Panthers who we done left for dead, and everybody's having their run at that. But I still look at this particular week and this particular day as a victory, right? And let's listen in to 105.3 The Fan. They talked about Dak Prescott and his current timeline. And this guy by the name of Nick Eatman, who works right at the Star, I don't think that you get any plug closer to the Cowboys juxtaposed to an outside writer, right? You know, this guy is right inside. He writes for the Cowboys. He sees Dak Prescott literally every day. So I'm quite sure that his accuracy is right on the money, and I'm not going to throw any shade, sprinkle any salt his way. So let's listen right into what they have to say. That even rhymes for your mind, baby.
Date, practice availability today. We looking at Wednesday. What are you hearing about Dak and the shin? Calf.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be doing a lot. They don't have a practice on the schedule for today. That doesn't mean they're not going to be doing some things. It's not open to the media until Wednesday. But
right.
I don't personally. I don't think he's going to do much of anything until later in the week. Now, at some point, he's going to have to test it. If he's going to try to play, this week, you're going to have to test it. But this is a very challenging injury because you don't really know how it just grips at you. And he's going to, you could be walking around thinking, oh, it feels pretty good, it feels good. And then you can just still kind of feel that pain there. So I don't think it's going to matter much until we get later in the week. And then we can really see, can he function? Can he move? I'm going to be surprised if he is able to be a normal Dak Prescott type of game. I won't be surprised if he plays, but I'll be shocked if he is able to go out there. It just doesn't look like he's missed a beat.
More concerned over this than the arm shoulder from camp?
No, because it was the arm shoulder, and that's what definitely needs,
Yeah.
And so, especially when you're throwing in pitching consultants and coaches and all that, that was more concerning to me. But that was also August, and so, or was it even July? I think it might have been July. It was early.
Yes.
So it was so early. So no, I mean that was concerning in its own route. This is like, I just know that this can be a challenge for him to kind of get back, and I don't think it's 100% sure that he's going to play in this game. I know that everyone's confident, and Steven says I'm not betting on.
Hey, you saw how their facial reaction was. They're like, whoa, when you say 100% and you bring that up, Cowboy Nation, that brings red flags and these sorts of things. But I come here to tell you guys that Dak Prescott is a flat-out warrior, right? And those were those guys' reactions. So let's listen to more what they have to say. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan, Sean and RJ. Those are my guys. Let's listen to more what they have to say.
And no one's betting against them. No, I'm saying nobody's betting against them, but I'll be really surprised if he's able to go out and do things that we've seen in the first 6 games.
What percentage then would you put on it?
Well, it's Monday, so I don't know, 50-50.
50-50?
Yeah.
You're scaring us.
I was thinking 90-10.
Well, hey, I haven't been told that. I really haven't been told anything like that. I'm just saying that injury is not easy to come back from. Okay, you're probably closer to 90% of him maybe playing, but I think you're going to see early in the game. You're going to see that he's not. This isn't the Dak that we've seen before. He's going to play it probably differently. I know Troy Aikman said it on the broadcast. He's played with this before. Quarterbacks can maybe do this. Receivers, running backs cannot.
Yeah.
Quarterback probably can. What I'm saying is he might be out there running the offense, functioning, but not in the same way we've seen with him running and getting first downs and all that.
We all love Nick Eatman. I just think it's a poor choice of words when he said not for sure that he's going to play. And I do know that opinions, everybody got one, right? And those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still, so make sure you guys write that down. Here's the situation. He should say to Dak Prescott, he will be available, but not at 100%. And no players is 100% in week 8, by the way. And that will be the best way to escape from there. But I get it, when you hear storylines of your franchise quarterback that you're getting, he's $160 million, right? That's a lot of coins. That's a lot of paper. And when you hear those word plays out, it makes everybody frantic. Headlines go left, headlines go right. I get 1,000 messages in my inbox talking about, hey, Dak Prescott is not playing. And now we have all of this hoopla. Now, the good thing is, maybe the Vikings, maybe they can plan for 2 quarterbacks juxtaposed to 1, but I'm quite sure that the Vikings, they're going to look at this and say, okay, man, Dak Prescott, number 4, is playing, by the way. And it's Monday. It's still early, so we got so much to go. It's long, baby. I was talking about it earlier on my other feed about, hey, we're seeing now Boss Man Fat, Kelvin Joseph, for those who don't want that nickname out there. It's now finally, you can see him with his teammates going out to places, just having a good time. And on top of that, this team, there's no complete team in October nor November, but at least we can see where we're headed, right? So that's what I'm looking at. Shout out to you. Let's see, BD Gray. I'm so tired of hearing how Dak doesn't have an ankle - shoulder or now calf injury. Yeah. And he do. And BD Gray, you're a real one. He do have those injuries. And here's the thing. He would never be 100% as long as he's playing professional football. He would never be 100%. And I'm not saying that negatively. I'm saying that just how it is, And what's going to happen is he got to manage those pains. He got to alleviate those errors, as relates to he got to figure out ways to overcome. And what Nick Eatman said on the front end of it is that he was saying that you would not see Dak Prescott the way he played the previous games. Well, I come here to tell you that Dak Prescott this year, just counting this year, and then you're looking at all of the grades that he ever had through Pro Football Focus, Dak Prescott collectively is not running as much as he used to. And on top of that, newsflash, he's passing the most efficient that he ever played in his life, So he's more cerebral. He goes through his reads quicker. He steps and climbs up inside of the pocket. Knock, knock, newsflash. You don't have to be a mobile quarterback in order to win games. There's more quarterbacks, and I know we ain't there yet, but there are more quarterbacks, collectively speaking, won the Super Bowl being immobile versus the quarterback being mobile. If you don't believe me, just look up the records. So this running style of a quarterback, that's really not the groove, right? Let's see. These boys just win. Shout out to you. Reporters only report the injuries, don't make them up. Yeah, I feel you on that. Nick is sometimes wrong. This is from Jennifer. And just for Nick's sake, he did say it's Monday. It's Monday. And this is the thing, the beautiful thing about the Cowboys network is that, yeah, we got a lot of eyeballs out there. But the media, collectively speaking, don't have access to the players until Wednesday. So that's why he preferenced his statement and said, okay, Wednesday we will know more. But let's listen to more what he had to say, and then we'll get right into some more details on this.
What about Michael Gallup?
I still don't think Gallup is going to play. I think he's going to practice this week. They can open that window up for him. I don't think he will play in the game. I wasn't sure that any of those guys are going to be able to play, and I'm talking about Kelvin Joseph, Melville Gallimore. I know Tank is getting he posted something on Instagram the other day saying soon.
Yeah,
soon. That's all he said was soon. So that's good. I don't know what soon is, but what that means for him, he's still probably a few weeks away. So, but Gallup, I don't believe will be playing in this game this week. I think he'll be practicing. The good thing with him and a lot of these guys is just the backups behind him have been so good and so productive.
All right, so that was the end of that interview there. I want to share this podcast with you all. So look inside that chat box there. You should see the link to the actual podcast there so that you can listen to the full interview. Cowboy Nation, we've been doing a wonderful job of making the necessary adjustments. Adjustments King is over here, and that is Mike McCarthy, Joe Philbin, as well as Dan Quinn, even the dude Johnny Bones. He made some adjustments of not being too aggressive in certain situations. It might have cost us some talk tracks, but outside of that and outside of week one, we've been making the necessary adjustments on the fly in a good way. Now, Dak Prescott, we will know and we will find out more and more Wednesday. And believe it or not, today is Monday, and Wednesday going to feel like it's a long way from here. But Joey Epstein, I just think that's how you say her name, Epstein, Joey Epstein. She reported, Cowboys are very optimistic Dak Prescott can play this week, and that is Vice President Stephen Jones from 105.3 The Fan. He mentioned that earlier. And she says, no one is going to bet against number 4. And that's what John Stephen Jones said. At the end of the day, he understands that we only got his best interest here, and we will evaluate. We will evaluate all of that on my Hooked on Funny Guys. But you guys look at this situation right here. She said that she spotted Dak Prescott at the start today, and he was spirited, and he will be at the team meetings. I'm paraphrasing. So what we can look at, Cowboy Nation, is to understand that this right here, Cowboy Nation, Dak will play. Dak will play because he's walking without the boot. That means that it took a week. And remember when we went over the calf injuries, and we said that there's 3 types of calf injuries. One, if it's just super minor, it takes 3 days. You got to keep the leg elevated, and you can get out of the boot. The other one takes 3 weeks to heal, and that's like I guess, soft calf injury. Then you got the mild, which is 3 weeks, and then you got the super extended calf strain, and that is what Gallup had, which took him north of 6 weeks, right? And Gallup, you can see him. He walks around pretty smoothly. If you've been to any of the events, if you're around Dallas, you see Gallup walking around, but he still can't push off and accelerate like that. But I go all the way back to what the mighty Troy Aikman said. Anytime it's something dealing with a quarterback, as long as it's not the shoulder, the arm, the elbow, the fingers, I mean, come on, the neck, he'll be able to play. He will be able to play, but not at the capabilities of what we used to seeing. All right, we'll dive into some of that. But, yeah, laughing my A off, people saying Cam Newton as safety. Oh, as a safety, just bring him in for a cup of Joe. That Cam dream is gone. You know. Shout out to you, Robert Bass. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your love and adulation for the nation. I don't mind Dak missing this week. This is from, Hey, here's what we got here, Cowboy Nation. And hear me out. And I don't want people to look at the Minnesota Vikings as another bye week. I don't want you guys to do that. Don't do that. Dalvin Cook can run. And on top of that, Hunter, number 99, he's a dog. And number 54, Kendricks, is no one to sneeze at. And Dantzler, shout out to Cam Dantzler, baby. Cam Dantzler, shout out to him, Mississippi State, all my Mississippi boys. Xavier Woods, he's out there now. He's the fickle one. You never know what type of Woods you get. And Harrison, is it Smith Harrison or Harrison Smith? Number 22 on the defensive side of the coin. These guys are impact plays. They can make impactful type of plays. And what you don't want to happen is you say, okay, well, we just came off of a bye week and we're going to take an extra bye week, and just rest our guys against the Vikings. Well, when you look at the Vikings, they did play the Arizona Cardinals, had them right to dead. The only team to almost dethrone the Cardinals because the Cardinals undefeated right now, right? And my thing is, Cowboy Nation, just don't fall asleep on your opposition. And I know the Cowboys won't. I know that some of the fan base may do. Harrison Smith is out of Notre Dame. Yeah, appreciate you. Appreciate you, Sadiq. We appreciate you for jumping in. So I hope people to understand that you want to still showcase your best. You want to get back on rhythm. You want to make sure that you guys can eat. And of course, CeeDee Lamb is looking at this situation saying, okay, I really want this opportunity to showcase my talent against the Vikings once again. Last year I had made a point, I want to continue to show my excellence. I want to continue to show my greatness. I want to say that, not the other word because he's already exciting, So I want to continue to show that I am that guy. I am that guy that can push it through. And, of course, it's a road game for us. We got to travel up to Viking land. And Viking fans still to this day, got an issue with us. Believe it or not. The Hail Mary, if you know anybody, that root for the Vikings, that was one of the first things they would say. There was a PI, that your guy Drew Pearson, he PI'd my guy, and they still hold that against us. And then they still got those little, recall of that draft when we fleeced them of all of those picks, right? Lake 455 says Dak will be fine. Just watch and enjoy. Yeah. And like I said, people going to have or want to have something to talk about this week. Let's go right here. So the Vikings, they are 3-3. And they're 12th in offense, and they're 12th overall, I meant to say 21st in offense. And defense, they're ranked fourth in defense, 9th in special teams. That number just changed on me because it was 8 earlier. So I guess after they compiled the numbers. And it could change by Monday night or what have you. But who's counting? Who's counting, really? The Vikings, what do they do good at? Cook, right now, to me, he seems like a guy that when he get on the road, he can go. We do know that Kirk Cousins, he's a volatile type of quarterback, and he will give you one. Kirk Cousins will give you one or a few. But you got to establish that pressure on him, and he will bust. The defense, they are a sound type of defense. They got disciplines. They got principles. And I believe this world, we all know how principles work. But they can be exploited. The middle of the field, they play that 2-deep safety look, leaving you the middle of the field. They invite you to run on them. And what happened here, if you can catch them slipping, you can bust it wide open for 10 to 15-yard gainers, right? They try to play this bend but don't break style of defense, and they want their guys to shoot underneath. So, and it's been working for them. But let's not fool ourselves, because if I go here, and I'm surprised I didn't have it already up. Let me go here. And we go all the way. Let's go to, I can do it this way. We build a plane while it's in the air all the time. So let's do it this way. Bam. We go week 8. Vikings. Let's look at this. Let's look at this right here. Go all the way down here. And you won't be able to see it that way. That's okay. Bear with me. Hold your horses, dare I say. And we building a plane while it's in the air. Slide to the left. All right, so and you really can't even see it that way. Bam, let's do it this way. Full schedule is as they say. Full schedule, and we go right here. Just bear with me. We building it while it's in the air. Yeah. All right, so this their full schedule. The Vikings, week 1, they played against the Cincinnati Bengals. And one can argue that the Cincinnati Bengals, they got a good team. Shout out to that quarterback over there. And shout out to Jamar Chase. They doing a great job. Didn't they just beat the Ravens this weekend? Put up some good numbers or what have you. And they pretty good team. They went all the way to finale. They went overtime, and they fooled around and held that L against that particular team, Cincinnati. Overtime. All right, so against the Arizona Cardinals, right? They went to finale. They had the lead majority of the time. They was up 20-7, and Kirk Cousins fashion. He get frantically, and then he started to throw those balls. And what he do sometimes, he'll throw it away, and you'll have those quick 3 and outs, right? But they was up at one point against the Cards 20-7. And the Cards figured out a way, or found a way, to win that game. It was a tight one. And, of course, they beat the Seattle Seahawks. I call them the Sea Chickens, 30-17. The Hawks was a little hobbled or what have you, but it is what it is. But they held the Cleveland Browns to 14 points, but the 14 points, they couldn't score, 7-14. And then you look at the Detroit. What you want, a cookie to beat? You beat the Detroit Lions. What you want? You want to give? Right. You want to give you a round of applause, and then you fool around and beat the Carolina Panthers. And my thing is with Kirk Cousins. If you look a little closer, he threw for 351 yards against the Cincinnati, 244 yards against the Cards, 300 yards against the Seattle. North of that, and then 200 yards against the Cleveland Browns, 275 yards against the Detroit Lions, and then 373 against the Carolina Panthers. And that team just been ever since we beat them, though. So I look at it like this, Cowboy Nation. We have to score early and often. The moment you get Kirk Cousins, and the moment you get him to start sweating, be the great. We broke Carolina. So the moment we beat, the moment we be up on Kirk Cousins, that's the time that he start panicking. And that's the Kirk Cousins we like to play up against. Zeppelin fan says Fish report is saying it's not for sure. Which one is not for sure? Imagine Lamb was the only one he was throwing the ball to, huh? Well, we can go back and forth with that one. Cup is leading with 809. Yeah, Cooper Cup. You talking about Cooper Cup? Minnesota. Let's see. Chase is in second. Yeah, Ninja. Yep. That Jamar Chase, he's doing a great job. And I think that Joe and Chase, they're on the same page. They've been playing together for a long time. And it's no accident that they are doing what they're doing right now because they got that chemistry. Chemistry goes a long way, and they don't have to develop that on the fly. So shout out to those two. And I like what I'm seeing out of Cincinnati. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Cincinnati. Dak will be ready for Sunday. This is from fan. Yeah, but you're not for sure, right? Dak says he's playing, so I trust Dak. This is from George. Yeah. Take Dak word as the gospel. Let's just take it as the gospel truth. If Forrest saying he's playing, he's playing. And think about this when we saw Hard Knocks. Y'all saw how angry and upset he was when the coach was like, hey, why is he still out there? It took everybody to say, hey, Dak, let's hide your helmet. Let's hide your gloves. Let's sprinkle something in your food so you won't come out there to play. That's how crazy this is. Jamar Chase, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah. I don't know anybody doing it better than Chase right now. That bank is open, baby. Shout out to Jamar Chase. That bank is open. I just need for the Cowboys to wake up and use Parsons. If we want the fame, we can use Parsons in a different way, though. I think that Parsons, if he was just primarily playing on the edge, oh my goodness, he would have been just a lock-in as Defensive Player of the Year. You know what I'm saying? Defensive Rookie Player of the Year. And he still have a chance and opportunity, by the way. But right now, as far as the numeral situation, I think that he's still up top, but we just got to get a little bit more. Hopefully, this weekend we'll see my dog Parsons. Oh, I can see now. You know who really scared? Who's scared? Cook. When he see number 6 out there, he's going to be looking for number 37, right? He's going to be looking for 37. He's going to be looking, hey, where's 37 at? Y'all remember last year? I should have put that clip up there. I said, man, that Dalvin Cook, he came through there. Because, Cook, he runs one speed, and that's fast, He goes in the hole, and he was shooting through there like he was going to hit the goalpost. But 37 said, hey, what's that dude? What my guy named Tony Baker? Look who you came to see, everybody. Bam! Oh, my goodness, man. He laid him out like Family Guy. Go watch one of those episodes of Family Guy when Peter fall down them stairs. He got popped, but now number 37 is number 6, Yeah, so y'all Viking fans, y'all got to be looking out for number 6. But we got another guy, but that wears 27, and he's a very, very aggressive type of safety that plays down the inside, and multiple times uncensored. Yeah. What's good with you guys, man? Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Like I said, keep the engagement up. Hit that like button. Share this content. Yeah, 27 in, 6 demand. So that's what I will be looking for. I will be looking for the aggressive tone. Look, and I see the game that they like to do. They like to do the play. Kirk Cousins is pretty good throwing off play action, by the way. But they like to establish the run. They like to get you in that single high safety look because they want you to crowd the box, and they want the one-on-one to the outside. And Kirk Cousins, he's going to close his eyes to throw it to Jefferson, right? And that hit, go back and watch that game. That hit was so vicious on Dalvin Cook that even Justin Jefferson heard them footsteps, and they tried to run a drag route across the middle, and he heard the footsteps. When you hear them footsteps, he's like, nah, dog, I ain't catching this one. Y'all remember that? Lake 455 says Wilson is playing. Yeah, he played last week. They slowly moving him in. And he had another week of off. Everybody had a week off, so I'm quite sure you will see number 6 out there even more. Yeah, y'all, do you guys remember Jefferson? He dropped those balls last year, had a chance, an opportunity to move the needle, but no, he heard them footsteps, and he'll probably cussing. He'll probably cussing the quarterback out saying, man, you going to send me inside. You going to send me inside where I just seen them lay out Dalvin Cook like Family Guy, and you want to send me right back inside? No, I'm dropping this ball. Gallup has been activated. Okay, let me look at some of this news line for everybody. Mine, I love this right here. Let's go. Because I know some of the news is out by now. God dog, where you at? Yeah, I'm going to go with Machota. Let's go with John Machota. Let's go with John Machota. Bear with me. This pin is retweeted. Cowboys Stephen Jones. Michael Gallup will return to practice this week, and defensive tackle Tristan Hill might be able as well. Jones said defensive end Demarcus Lawrence and defensive tackle Neville Gallimore still need time. I don't think that they are going to start practicing anytime soon. So that's a good deed of information. Shout out to you guys for letting me know. And that's Dak Prescott clapping on the inside without the boot. And if anybody had any strain or anything that they're dealing with, for sure that part of it is a major thing, not a minor thing, to take your boot off. You want to be able to walk naturally. Let's see. And I doubt if this is the new one, because sometimes they update late. Let me see if I can get this thing going. Y'all bear with me. That had to be. Give me 1 second. When was this? When was this audio? Let me see if this audio, because it could have been from earlier this week. Come on.
This podcast is brought to you by Men's Tea Clinic. Men's Tea Clinic.
In Waco, 780.
Poor job. I thought since we got you last week with the bye week, you might be taking time off, but you never take time off, do you?
Well, it's pretty constant this time of year, but it's a good constant.
So I'm sure you can know, as a lazy journalist, the first thing I'm going to ask you is about Dak Prescott. But I am curious, how do you monitor his progress along the week? Do you have to say, like, at this day we would like him to be here? At
this old or new? Y'all let me know.
Like, how does the week go for y'all and Dak?
Appreciate you, Leon.
They have certain bars they're trying to reach as they work through their rehab on his calf, and we think we have the best in the business, and Britt Brown, and in terms of how he works with these players with different injuries, and does a great job of being able to get your hands around where you think he's going to be at what point, and is he still on track to at the next step playing the football game.
So I know at the end of the season, we see this all the time, Steven, if a team.
Yeah, I saw Donovan Wilson play last game. But is this audio old or new? Shout out to you, Mark. Appreciate you for jumping in.
Team has a spot locked up and a guy is struggling a little bit with injury, maybe give him some time off to be at his best possibly for the playoffs. I know you have nothing locked up now, but you have a really nice lead in your division. Would you ever go, hey, if we sit out this player, let's just take Dak for example here, we have a lead here and the risk of putting him out there isn't worth the reward right now. Let's just make sure he's healthy for the rest of the season.
Well, I don't necessarily know that it's because we got a healthy lead in the East. I think it's more just the full body of work, as you mentioned, as knowing that we've got a long season in front of us, have 11 games left to play. And, at the end of the day, we got to make what's in the best interest of Dak Prescott. We all know how driven he is to compete, how driven he is to be great, and certainly how driven he is to want to play each and every game. And so we've got to calibrate that too, because no one is going to bet against number 4. And at the end of the day, he understands that, well, we've only got his best interest, here. And we'll evaluate all that, but we're still very optimistic he can play.
All right, Steven. So now I have a question way off the board here, which I think could get fun. Is you're part of the Rules Committee. How long have you been part of the Rules Committee in the NFL?
That's a good question. I don't necessarily keep count, but I think it's moving up on 10 years now.
Okay, awesome. So there's a lot of experience with a lot of people bringing in rules and how to make the game better or change the game. We were wondering, this was off the air since we know you have experience in this, what's the craziest rule that has been brought up that has been discussed where you were like, what the hell? But you guys had to discuss it because, somebody said, hey, what do you think about putting this in the NFL?
Well, you got to, first of all, I wish you'd have given me some time to think about that. Because there's been some, and I don't know that I have them on my fingertips right now, that, you go through it and you're trying to decide whether you want to move forward with something, but some of them, immediately are dead on arrival. But, I think the biggest one that comes to my mind right now that's not necessarily crazy, it's just a tough one, is the kickoff. And I know the committee feels strongly, and I do as well, that, the kickoff's a part of our game. I mean, that's people refer to, hey, kickoff at 3, kickoff at 3:30. And I just think we've done a great job of avoiding that, because there are people, and rightfully so, because it still is the probably the highest injury ratio play we have in our game. But I do think with all the different rules, a lot of great special teams coaches getting together on how to make the kickoff safer have really improved on that. And I do think that we will continue to keep the kickoff in our game.
I know that obviously y'all just expanded the schedule this year. I've kicked this around a couple of times. Could you envision a scenario in which the NFL wants to have 2 bye weeks per team in order to also extend out that TV window another week?
Yeah. Yes, it's talked about on a regular basis, and certainly, in the mix in terms of, the buys, the number of buys that we should have. Obviously, we're going to monitor how these 17 games go with 1 bye and the 3 preseason games, but certainly not out of the question to think that you could be having 2 buys in the future, and certainly not out of the question in my mind that at some point you could consider going to those 18 games and 2 buys. So, what we did do this year, even though it's not necessarily a bye, is we certainly had the weekend off before we started the season after the preseason. So theoretically, you could say you were looking at having a couple of buys, although the one came between preseason and regular season.
What do you think is a fair amount of time to study the impact of the 17 games then? Like, I understand for a variety of reasons the desire to get to the 18th game. Do you look at it and you're like, well, we need 3 years to study how this works? Or, like, how would those discussions even begin?
Well, this has been ongoing for years. And so, it's not like we're going to just start cold turkey and say, what are the ramifications of playing 17 regular, 3 preseason, 18 regular, 2 preseason. All those things have been being looked at for years and years. And so I don't think it's we're going to need a big allotment of time to continue to look at that. I think it's more, you take steps. And certainly that's what we did this year, playing 17 games and 3 preseason. We're going to wear that one and see how our players respond to it. Obviously, player health and safety is at the top of the list, and we'll monitor how this season goes and how we managed it, and see if it needs to be looked at again in terms of any changes that should be made, in particular things like you're talking about, an extra bye week, or, hey, everything went great. We'll continue to go down this road for 2 or 3 years, collect all the data, and then make decisions from there. But, this has just been, this number of games has been on our agenda and been a part of discussions and meetings for years and years.
So when it comes to the guys that hopefully are healing up and getting ready to play at some point in the second half, can you kind of give us updates now that the bye week is over on Demarcus Lawrence, Gallup, kind of 3 major guys that I know can play a big role in this second half of the season?
I think Demarcus Lawrence and Gallimore still need time. I don't think they're going to start practicing anytime soon. We do intend to start practicing with Gallup this week, looking at Tristan Hill, maybe starting to practice him this week, and then Bernard Francis. So three more added to McKeon and Kelvin
Francis Bernard.
And then I had a question about somebody who's coming back for different reasons. How confident is the team, the coaching staff, and the front office that Lyle Collins can pop back in? I know he played at the start of the season but missed all of last season. He's only played one of your last 22 games. How confident is the franchise that he can pop back in and be as good as he was?
Spill it.
We're very confident that he's going to totally get back to where he was. I think the bigger question is, after sitting out 5 games, do you, does he need some time? And certainly that's what Coach Philbin and Mike and Kellen will be looking at this week, is to, just see where he is as we really get out and start to, put bodies on each other and start to get a feel for where his conditioning is and where he is in terms of being ready to play.
So I don't want to misinterpret at all then. So you're saying the possibility at least exists that he will not start this week?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying that they'll certainly evaluate him and see how his week goes after sitting out for 5 weeks.
So I know, Steven, you can't talk a lot about other teams. I know that there's rules against it, but you guys didn't play this week, and we are watching a lot of football. And for us, the most impressive team so far, our surprising team, has been the Cincinnati Bengals. Have you got to take in what Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and what the Cincinnati Bengals have been able to put together, from being the worst team 2 years ago to now being, as we sit today, the number 1 seed in the AFC?
Well, certainly my hat's off to them. I did get to peek at their game some yesterday, and certainly they have 2 young superstars in our league, and Burrow and Chase. And, they obviously had a lot of draft capital in both those players, and certainly they're performing for them at key positions. In particular, the quarterback position is obviously the most important position, and we all know we're the beneficiary of that with Dak Prescott. When you find a great quarterback who not only plays at a high level but really carries the team with you, leads the team, and wins football games, then that's a big deal for your franchise. And certainly I know the Bengals must be feeling good about their young stars and where they're going.
Yeah, this is all need to hear nor there. The conversation with Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow, they're doing a wonderful job. But back to what Stephen Jones had to say about Lyle Collins. Basically, he's going to put it in the hands of the coaching staff, and he can't wait to see him back out there, which we all can't wait. But his only reservation would be, and I'm translating, how would he perform where, as far as practice, put bodies on bodies and things like that, and soft tissues and stuff like that you have to be mindful of, issues that you have to be mindful of. And it's just an old wait and see. And I'm quite sure that we got to fall on the aspect of trusting what Joe Philbin see, right? And Joe knows, basically, right? So let's go.
We're talking with Stephen Jones right here on 105.3 The Fan. I know you said to start it off, it is a busy time of year. Did you take any time in the past week to do something fun, or just focus on football, or maybe that is the fun?
Well, that is the fun. I mean, we certainly, have a great passion for our job. Starts at the top with Jerry, but it was able to get over to Arkansas and watch my son and the Razorbacks play this weekend, and so we've enjoyed that. And he's got a bye week coming up, so we got to spend a little time together after that game, and just look forward to really getting back at it full speed here with our team, and getting to work and get ready to play the Vikings.
Is anybody going to be able to stop the juggernaut that is Georgia this year?
Well, I tell you what, I saw them firsthand, and their defense is special. I was actually making a comment to my son. I said, they might could compete on Sundays with that group they have. I know, when I was talking to Will McClay about Georgia, they've got a lot of players on that defensive side that are going to be playing on Sundays.
Now, a bit of a conundrum coming up since you mentioned the Vikings for Cowboys fans this weekend. We have recommended you put the earbuds in and listen to the broadcast of the Cowboys Vikings right here on the Fan while trick-or-treating. I know your kids are getting older, but for people with younger children, how do they attack this Halloween trick-or-treating situation with the Cowboys playing in the Sunday night spot?
Well, that's a good question. Hopefully they'll get that trick-or-treating done early and often and get back in front of the TV and hopefully get to take in the majority of the Cowboys Vikings. I do know obviously Halloween's a special time for families with young kids, and certainly we all know our kids and our family take priority over anything, but hopefully they'll get that trick-or-treating done and get the kids back in the house, let them eat some candy, get the sugar going, and hopefully they can stay up late and watch the whole Cowboys game.
You know, it's interesting looking at the Vikings, and I know that it's just Monday, and we have 6 days until that game on Sunday night. Time. You look at Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook. I know Adam Thielen's been around for a while, still having a solid year with 5 touchdowns. I know out of those 3 guys, which one kind of worries you the most?
Oh, I don't think I think all of them,
crazy.
And that's what makes them so good. They've got a formidable quarterback there in Cousins that can get the ball to the players you're talking about, and they just got certainly Jefferson was a guy we really liked right there with CD. Certainly picked CD ahead of him, but
there you go.
He's obviously a great young receiver.
Yeah,
and Dalvin Cook's a great running back, and when you got as we so well know when it's clicking, and you got a really good running game to go with a really good passing game, that creates a lot of problems for our defense. So I know Dan Quinn and our crew are going to have a big challenge as we go up to play the Vikings. And then, of course, we'd all know Mike Zimmer so well, who was a great defensive coordinator for us. I know he'll have that defensive side of the ball. He'll have a great game plan, and we'll have our challenges there as well.
And coming off.
Hey, J4, you cold-blooded for that one, J4. But shout out to Stephen Jones for not taking the bait to leave or to give the Vikings any, and I mean just that, any bulletin board material. Shout out to Stephen Jones. But my dog J4, man, you cold-blooded. He said, hey, Stephen Jones' son riding the bench. Come on, man. How dare you talk about that man's son? That's my son.
Of the bye, so kind of, I know the numbers don't quite line up, starting the second half of the season, going on the road, going against a quality opponent. How important is this game in terms of, hey, I know we started 5-1 before we took the break. How important is this to continue your momentum and kind of show, hopefully, what we all think this second half Cowboys team will be?
Well, I think we've got to continue to improve. That's the big thing, and we all know each and every game is so important in the NFL. I think that's part of what makes the NFL great is there's, you can't take a week off and just say, we can afford to give this game away or that game away. Every game is so major, and I agree with you. We've got a lot of momentum going, but we also got a lot of places we can improve. As you said, we're going to start getting players back that I think can only make us better. And we just have to improve as a football team, all 3 phases. And
there you go.
Certainly I know that's Mike's goal this week is to get everybody refocused and back in on playing the Vikings. I know they got a breather, and hopefully their legs back under them, and hopefully they'll be fresh. And as you said, we've got a big challenge going up to play Minnesota.
Well, we appreciate your injury breakdown, your breakdown of the Vikings, and then if you can just finally give us your breakdown of what your favorite Halloween candy is, we would really appreciate that.
Well, the Reese's peanut butter cups always at the top of my list. So I've always been they've been a big favorite of mine, and especially if I get a few extra, I put them in the freezer, and that makes them better.
Oh, look at that advice across the board. Thank you very much, Stephen. We will catch up with you again next week, sir.
Yeah, shout out to Stephen Jones. John Stephen Jones. What is the favorite Halloween candy out there for those who eat Halloween candy? Reese's Cups are pretty good, though. I didn't think to put them in the freezer. He said freezer or refrigerator? Freezer? Refrigerator, right? Refrigerator or freezer, right? I never think to do that, though, Reese's are pretty good. And why somebody going to say candy cone? Candy corn. Oh, okay. Candy corn. There you go. Kit Kat. Freezer. Put them in the freezer. Okay. You just snatch off all your teeth if you bite wrong, right? Snickers. Hershey Kisses. Okay. Skittles. Can't go wrong with Skittles. Or Reese's Pieces. Which one better? Reese's Pieces or Skittles, Yeah. Strawberry candy. Oh, my goodness. Payday. Them paydays go hard, fam. Them paydays go hard in the paint. So that was a wonderful interview by John Stephen Jones. Three Musketeers. Okay. Reese's Pieces. Okay. Is Babe Ruth? Is that just a chocolate payday? I don't know, Black Licorice. Okay, I see you. Anybody like the Almond Joy? Oh, my goodness. Sadiqa. Candy corn. Okay. Zero Bar. Hershey. Anybody going to say lemon drops, Yeah. So it is what it is, Cowboy Nation. Good interview. It was new. I didn't know. I would have had a little bit more energy because I was like, is this new? Is this from Friday? Is this from last week? And then through the course of it, it was new. It's a new interview. I just got to lean on what Dak Prescott had to say, Candy corn, 100 grand bar, I feel you, What's the most overrated candy of all time? And what's the most underrated? Right. And nobody, I'm surprised nobody put cookies and cream Hershey's, Nobody put that down there. That's amazing, Tootsie Rolls are overrated. Overrated are Butterfingers. Don't you lay a finger on my Butterfinger, right? Sneakers are overrated. Let me tell you something, man. A good sneaker, man, will go a long way. Especially the ice cream. The one with a little ice cream in the inside. Oh, my gosh. Oh. Goodness, sneakers are overrated. 100 grand. That new stuff, Boston baked beans. Are you saying that they overrated? Then nobody put Annihilators in there, man. Laffy Taffy. Oh my goodness, man. Where are you guys? Where the Laffy Taffy warriors at, man? Where the Laffy Taffy, where the Annihilators at? Sweet Tarts. I see you. Jelly beans. Yeah. Milk Duds. Dots. Lemon heads, Good old peppermint. The kind of grandma give you. The soft kind, Jolly Ranchers. Oh, my goodness. Ring Pops. Boy, we got some candy eaters up in here. We used to see who get the most, man, going around trick-or-treating. And my thing is, with trick-or-treating and everything, I think Texas is only one of the states that's open. I don't think a lot of people going to be going door to door. Let's do the battle before I hit this next one. Mike and Ike's, yeah. Or the hot tamales, yeah. Which one better, Mike and Ike's or the hot tamales? I think I'm saying those names right. Laffy Taffy versus Airheads. Which one win? The assorted Laffy Taffy or the Airhead? Yeah, which one? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't believe the hype. First they said he was expected to play. $4.99 for your mind from Travis. Okay. Yeah. Fruit roll-ups, that's pretty good. Laffy Taffy's for sure. Airheads or Laffy Taffy. Oh, girl, shake the Laffy Taffy. And Starburst is cool and all, but nobody like the yellow Starbursts. You know, who like the yellow Starbursts? Oh, my goodness. Airhead goes so hard, bro. And man, you get the Airhead, especially when it be the red kind, dog. And they got this other kind that I saw that is really good. It's the white kind. The white Airheads, oh, dog, they go hard, dog. No, not the Warheads. You talking about snatching up all your teeth. Oh, my goodness. Sour Patches. Man, boy, we got it. Boy. Yeah. Mike Fisher saying he's playing. Look, Dak Prescott said he playing. So Frozen Charleston Chew. I don't know about them. I definitely don't know about them. Jolly Joes, who are those? You know, I don't know about Jolly Joes and those, you know. Yellow and pink Starburst together is undefeated. I didn't think about that, Jay Lombardi. But the pink Starburst, best one out there. I go look for the bag that's just completely pink and grab a handful of them, wrap them open, and throw them in the mouth. You know, that's pink Starburst. That is the truth. I ain't gonna even lie to you. The pink one, it go hard. Whopper, Whoopers. Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, boy. Nobody gonna say the orange slice. Gullah Reeves, thank you for the donation. I'm probably late, but should the Cowboys make a trade by the deadline? P.S. Sorry to change in the subject. No, you're good. I probably need to get back to football anyway. What we need help at, Cowboy Nation? I think the offense is straight. Do we need help on the interior defensive tackle or the interior defensive line? I don't think that the Cowboys would make a necessary trade, by the way, because they talked glowingly on my other video about Stephen Jones pretty much said that he really feel confident about the Tank Law, Tristan Hill, Gallimore. They're going to want those guys to come back. So we need help in the middle. I mean, after this week, November the 2nd is the deadline, right? What would I give for Kendricks? Kendricks on this table would be lights out for us right now. Think about it. You could do so much with a Kendricks. I mean, I don't think he's a trade worthy, but a linebacker like that or like a Fred Warner type, man, that would do crazy for us, won't it? Just solidify that interior. I look at it like I like what I'm saying out of J. Ron Curse. I wouldn't want to change that when he plays down inside that big nickel. I think that will go really good for us. But as far as the safety play, my thing is I would rather for us to hold off on the safety right now and make that necessary investment next year. Come hell and high water, our second or third round draft pick need to be a safety. The best player available, by the way. If he falls into that category, we get that. Cornerback, the only reason why I'm just sitting back waiting, because I'm feeling that there's something special about boss man fat Kevin Joseph. There's something special about him, and I get it. I know. We haven't seen him out there on the field yet, but there could be something special. Just like we seen with Diggs now, we can have it on the opposite side. That Diggs and boss man fat is just going to be that thing for us. And Nashawn, when he steps up and elevate himself to this game plan, is going to be okay with us. He's going to be okay with that. But I'm looking at safety. I'm looking at, okay, KZ, he's a bridge guy, right? KZ a bridge guy. Malik, it's something special about him, but I got to see him though, and hopefully, he get a lot of playing time if the Cowboys decide to punish KZ internally. We'll see some playing time out of Malik Hooker. We get to see him playing legs together, and we might have something out of him. right? I'm not going to Royce. No. You said sugar babies? You talking about sugar daddies, right? They're not overrated. Sugar daddies are pretty good now. Them sugar daddies are pretty good. But I feel you. We need a fullback, Bob Jones. I don't think that we go out there and trade for a fullback. No. Brian Bradford, that sucks too. I was looking forward to a great game. I feel you. A pair of 350-pounders. Are you guys sold on Big Bo? Are you guys sold on Big Bo? Y'all can speak freely. I'm not going to get mad at you. Are y'all sold on Big Bo? Do you think that, he's doing a wonderful job, or is it just serviceable right now and we just have to wait until next year? Because we do have two bridge guys around him, right? Osa's pretty good. Yeah. Osa, he's a 3-tech, but I'm talking about that 1-tech guy. And I know that Carlos Watkins and Brent Urban, they've been playing that role, but I don't see this team in the future as a guy that's going to be sitting around here for 3 to 4 years, right? So we know that those guys are bridge guys, right? A lot of people say, yep. So in the future will be Big Bo. And normally it takes 2 to 3 years for those big boys to get right and everything. And he needs time, right? Yeah. Devontae Adams protocol. Oh, wow. Who they play this week? Don't they play somebody in our division? Serviceable, yeah. He has a little flash, so wait till this off-season program. Indy says trade Michael Gallup and a 3rd-round pick for Jets Quentin Williams. Nah, they ain't gonna do that, dog. They ain't gonna do that. Jets got all type of problems. They got all type of problems. But I don't think that they're gonna trade Gallup though. They're not. Quentin Williams, he ain't going. I think the Jets can't get right, man. Zach Wilson looked good. Everybody was talking about. I recall some of the Cowboy fans. I see some of your names. I can go back and I can watch some of my older videos, and I can go back and look at this. That's why I put the chat list up there. And a lot of people saying Cowboys should get Zach Wilson. I mean, he's going to be better than Dak Prescott. I've seen some people say, hey, Justin Fields, he's going to be better than Dak Prescott. It's hard when you're trying to find a quarterback. And what that guy Mac Jones is doing, although he lost to us, but what he's doing, it's hard. It's hard. And you see how those guys were drafted ahead of him, So I think that the Jets, in order for them to seek any trade offers from a team, they're going to be looking at offensive linemen. So you won't have to trade offensive linemen for any of the guys on the Jets. You can't get something like a Quentin Williams from a wide receiver that they looking at it like, Cowboys, you ain't finna fleece us. You ain't finna fleece us because he's free next year and we ain't going nowhere this year. We could just wait and see what you guys do during the offseason for Michael Gallup. See, they can just sit back and wait. The Jets not looking at playoffs right now. They're looking at rebuild mode. So in order to tickle their fancy, and I'm just speaking real with you guys, you're going to have to look at it like this. What valuable asset we have to give up? Because right now we can't even offer draft picks because they're going to look at it like, man, they're going to be late rounds anyway. Cowboys, you guys going to the playoffs. They're going to look at it like, and the reason why I brought up Justin Fields, the same situation. If you like their safety, Jackson, or if you like anybody off their team, they're going to want something solid. They're going to want what we got. Offensive linemen. That's our resources. That's our greatest resource right now, our depths on offensive linemen. And I'm not finna say his name because I know a lot of people gonna say, hell no, Lyle, you out your cotton picking mind. Yeah, you know, they're gonna be like,
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
yeah, I know y'all gonna say that if I mention any of our offensive linemen outside. But that's the only way. That's the only way. So we're not trading anyone. We're not trading anyone as far as that. And the Cowboys, if you think about it, hear me out. Jerry Wayne Jones played offensive lineman in college. If anything, he's hedging his bets on is that from a football perspective, he know offensive linemen, right? and that's why we won't trade. You know, that's why we won't do any wheeling and dealing. A Connor Weir, Connor McGovern right now. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not finna do that. So they're not finna do that. Trade Blake Jarwin. We got sprinkles. No, Bob. Didn't Jarwin just score a touchdown last week? Or the week before that? If you said Connor Williams, I wouldn't argue with you, Law. Yeah, Jay Lombardi, you know, I feel you on that. Let me see if I can pull up. Let me do it this way. Because Connor Williams. And we got a good problem to have, and especially due to protocol and stuff like that. It's a dangerous problem to have as well. Let me see if I can help you guys out, make it a little bit closer. Those 9 penalties, I get it, you know, but outside of that, this is Connor Williams' best season. 75 overall. Like I said, to equate to what this guy Lyle Collins did, his rookie year, it took Connor Williams 3 years to get to where Lyle Collins was at. His rookie year, playing out of that left guard. And I get it. We could talk about the fact that he had Frederick to the right of him and Tyron Smith to the left of him. Of course, you're going to see that good offensive line play. And I'm not in the business of getting rid of your depths because we all know that confidence go a long way. Knock, 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 knock. Who's that there knocking at my door? Confidence. It's gone now. You waited too late. Well, what are you talking about, Law? Can you provide some context? I got you. His name is Patrick Mahomes. Do you see the confidence in him? Hey, who gonna know? Hey, wait a minute. I'll be there. Wait a minute. Let me get out of the shower. I'm trying to come. Let me dry off first. And by the time Patrick Mahomes opened the door, confidence is already gone now. He's missing that confidence. And when your front five is gone, absent, you begin to second guess yourself. You begin to think the last time you tasted the grass. So right now, the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, the money, one of the greatest passers of the ball from what we can identify with from the last 2-3 years. His mojo, as Mike McCarthy would say, is gone because of the confidence in his offensive line. Dak Prescott went through that, right? 2017 and little pieces of 18. People were ready to ship him off. And it's sad that Dak Prescott would never get that longitude and latitude like Pat Mahomes. And Pat Mahomes get it especially because he got a Super Bowl now. But that lets you know how quick that confidence can go when you don't have that offensive line, right? So that's what we're going to have to figure out. Justin Fields, he can't have many of games like he just had a couple of weeks, yesterday, right? Yesterday, right? And you see Zach Wilson, he's out for 3 to 4 weeks. So offensive line, the confidence, man. Once they're gone, dog, it's over. Yeah, Dak is Dak is Mark Holmes' Viagra. Well, you got no sense. No. Oh, man, when you come up with this name, dog? Boy, you crazy, boy. You crazy. Go. Boy, you crazy cat hair, man. Where you at? Dak is Mark Holmes' Viagra. Boy, you. Boy, you ain't born with no sense, boy. Oh, my gosh, man. I missed out that little text you sent, man. Where is that? Boy, it went too fast. Here you go. Chief revamped their offensive line this offseason. Oh, buddy, man. You funny as hell, dude, with that name. I can't believe YouTube allowed that. Here's the thing. I don't know how you put whole sentences on there. You know, here's the situation. Offensive line is the only unit that you just can't plug and play. You just can't take somebody and dangle them and sit there and say, okay, put them here, it's going to work. It's one unit that works together in unison. The center exchanges all of the information to the right and left. He's a very important part of your offense. He points out the mic. He reads the coverages of the defense trying to spit out. You can have a world-class left tackle, but if your center is terrible and whatever you trying to call for the adjustments, the shift, if it don't get past your left guard to your left tackle, that's a sack, you know. And I ain't talking about I got 5 on it, you know. That's a sack. Your quarterback is folded up like a lawn chair. So that's why offensive linemen tend to go out to eat together. They play bowling together. They do everything together, you know. Offensive lineman is a very important part. It's sacred. It's like a relic to all teams. But if you don't have that continuity, if it takes 1 week change, you know, can implode on all of the offensive line, and the defense sniff that out and say, okay, man, that A gap ain't nothing. They say double A gap, that ain't nothing. You know, twist stunt, get inside the quarterback is a ham sandwich. So, and I don't care if you got 2 Hall of Fame left tackles. If your interior is trash, you get y'all trash offensive lineman. Trash offensive line. But it's one unit. But, man, you crazy as all get out, man. D-Law's coming back. Yeah, Brandon, yeah, it's reported that he is coming back, you know. Sadiq was, but it's true. Y'all leave my dog Mark Holmes alone. Yeah. I love my dog Mark Holmes. I love when y'all get him mad a little bit and he start cussing a little bit. That'd be the funniest thing in life, man. Trade Jerry for Mark Cuban, Bob Jones. Not happening. Yeah. She ain't lying, you know. Who y'all talking about? All right. Let's see. We have here, man. Y'all are too funny. Brandon C says, Lyle shut him down. Collins finna eat W's. Yeah, I'm quite sure. Bucks exposed the Chiefs. This is from Chris Davis. You know, with the 2 safe. Hey, a lot of people, and Chris, you right on the money with it. A lot of people thought that, okay, you can't just keep 2 deep safeties deeper than the deepest, right, and give Pat Mahomes the underneath. You can't do that, right, because they thought, like, man, this dude is just so brilliant with the ball, right? No-look passes and these sorts of things. But what they figured out, Tyreek Hill hands that are not that official. Tyreek hands is really not that good. You pop him a little bit. He's quick, but you just got to keep somebody on top of him. And what you got to do to Travis, And I'm not saying that this is what you can do and it's going to work 100% of the time. But on top of that, you got to have the safety over the top, and you got to have the safety you got to have the safety over the top or a player over the top and a player underneath. And with that being said, when you trail and cover and follow, it's make it harder for Pat Mahomes to get through that read. Especially when you got people shooting through the A gap and the B gap, and you got somebody spying him on the edge. They're just that beatable. Giving him the passes underneath, I cannot believe it. But I would tell you this, though, Cowboy Nation. The reality of it is that when your confidence is gone, it's hard to recoup that, you know. And Pat Mahomes, this is from Yang. Well, yeah, Mahomes is not helping himself by not taking what the defense is giving him. Right! Because that is just what it is. And I love Pat Mahomes. I absolutely love his skill set and his plan. Shout out to him. He's a Texas native. But he's not taking it. Look, when you used to making, now I'm just using this as an analogy. When you used to making $100,000, $150,000, I'm just using this as an analogy, and then somebody offer you a job of $40,000, and all you need is $40,000 to sustain yourself, you look like, no, I'm taking $100,000. I want that hundo. I want $150,000, right? So that is what making Pat Mahomes knowing that, shoot, you gonna give me that 8 yard, you gonna give me that 6 yard, you gonna give me the flats. I'm Pat Mahomes. I got a guy that's streaking up running a 9 route. If I just hold it just for a fraction of a second, I trust my arm to get it there. I'm going for the creme de la creme. I'm going for the creme de la creme. Diggs just picked off Pat Mahomes. Oh, my goodness. Philadelphia underdog, there's nothing to bury in that debate. What's wrong with y'all Cowboy fans? Won't you lean forward just a little bit? Yeah, right here. Yeah, right there. Whoa. You know, some people, not talking about you all the way, Philadelphia, but some people got the Stockholm syndrome when they are kidnapped by said person that kidnapped them, right? And they stay in that place for so long that they get accustomed to the abuse. They get accustomed. See, I'm speaking over your head. See, you might learn something today, Philadelphia. That you're in this place that you used to getting abused. You used to getting beat down. Sullied and denigrated. Bruised. Tears become comfort. And they said the Stockholm syndrome is so important to be established, like the pimp to his prostitutes, that even though they are out amongst the street, roaming, free to go wherever they want to go, they feel that it's necessary to come back to its master. And see, it's necessary for Philadelphia to not understand the reason how he got sullied and denigrated and buried upon and cast aspersions on, that even in defeat against his team, you know, the Raiders lost this week. Oh, I'm sorry, he's not a Raider fan. He's an Eagles fan. And even in defeat, he comes back to the same home that he continued to get abused and beat down on, to walk around, to flex his non-existence of a muscles. Instead of going to I think that since we've been doing this YouTube stuff, that there's multitudes of Eagles, quote unquote, content creators that you can go and kick up your feet and relax and chill. And you don't have to get beat down, bullied, and slapped around like your daddy is doing to you right now. But he likes getting abused because that is his comfort now. He got the Stockholm syndrome. I believe in the hearts of hearts. See, I'm trying to take it nice on him because he sounds like a young kid. Probably still staying with his mama and daddy and them, right? In the basement, typing with his fingers. You know, to any man that use emojis that amount of time didn't have a set that dropped yet. You know, that's just all I'm saying. But since you're over here and you're coming to the nation, and I told people, take your time when you come over here, especially if you're not the team of the Dallas Cowboys rooting for us. We chilling. We minding our own business. We don't even play the Eagles this weekend. We play the Minnesota Vikings. And all of the Viking fans, come over, dust your shoes off, kick your shoes off, dust your feet off, grab a nice comfort seat on the couch, sit back and watch me speak. But this guy, he comes over here with some filthy Eagles emojis, and he posts them all over the page. And I let the mods. I say, look, man, y'all just get this man some time to post. But I get you. You're going through the Stockholm syndrome. And the good thing about me, this same energy is not fabricated. I'm not hiding behind a faceless icon. What you see here is what you see in real life. That's when I walked up and somebody said, we go out in the streets, you know. We ain't behind no keyboard, Philadelphia. It's real life. There's codes to life. And I could walk in anybody's neighborhood and they realize that that's law right there. Just an old clip the other day. But it is what it is. So, won't you lean forward, get your... Had an OG tattoos all over his face the other day. Said, Law, dog, you a real one, dog. Hey, whatever you need, that's on set. I got you. I said, appreciate that, fam. Appreciate that. He wasn't even a Cowboy fan. Woo! You know, he wasn't even a Cowboy fan. That's what I love. And I said, man, if I go out in the streets and they real recognize real, so we don't have to worry about no fake and phony stuff. You would never see Law over there on somebody Eagles page going back to back. You would never see Law over there on the Vikings page going back to back. Come on, man. Yeah.
He needs some milk.
I mean, my brother's a diehard Eagles fan, and he knows when to hush. You know, he knows when to shut it up. Lord Brunson, I think that he's the leader of all Eagles Nation over there. He know when to hush. But why his minions come over here? At least Lord Brunson, he respect the law, and I respect him. But you come over here, uninvited. A third of your Eagles fan base said, hey, Law, on that video, hey, that dude Philadelphia, he don't speak for us. So in the streets, they would say,
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Finish him.
Fatality.
This is what the streets would do to Philadelphia. That's just how that goes. But Law could walk in anybody's street. Mm-hmm. And I'm waiting for anybody to say, nah, dog, you can't go down here, dog, because real recognize real. Ain't all about that teabagging up. Stuff that they be trying to do over there. It's crazy. It's crazy. So fall back, bro. You know you got buried. Come on, man. Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder can see that. First of all, you call on the line and you're frantic. Got real dogs over here. Real dogs. Real voices. No softness in the voice over here. Real dogs. Go grow a pair. Let them drop. Get you a little bit. You leave for. Woo! These are the same guys that talked about Dak Prescott's shoulder. The meat falling off the bone, by the way. I said, man, the meat falling off the bone like real tips. Come on, baby. Get out of here. Gilbert is not on this team, and I think Bad, is he on the practice squad or something like that? At the beginning of the season, 13-4, I predicted that we would sweep all of the teams in the NFC East, and you can go to the round table with me, Bad Dog, and Louis T. and Lloyd Bronson. We did a group round table, and I think somebody got 2 more losses, and then they got to come to my channel and talk to me about it because, you know, they said that their team wouldn't lose more than 5 games or 6 games, something like that. So I'm waiting. I think everybody in this division outside of the Cowboys are 2-5. So I'll be waiting for them. I'll be looking for them. But it is what it is at this time. You can't outlook or overlook these. This schedule is still October, heading into November. And I tell everybody, just take it one day at a time. We still got some things like even Stephen Jones said we have to improve on. But the people that's coming back are the people that's on the defense, like the Tristan Hill, Navarre Gallimore, D-Law. Those boys are coming back. So that rotation is going to help this team out. And pressure, the defensive front, pressure helps this team get turnovers and takeaways. Quarterbacks throwing the ball too early, and that's how those things occur. Outside of the Cowboys playing against the Vikings this weekend, we just got to stay focused and hopefully healthy. That's the main thing at this point. And I really appreciate everybody for jumping in. Let me see here. Cap says Louis was banging his chest about the Red Washington team. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Philadelphia, he's still up in here. Philadelphia watching the Eagles 2-5 on HD TV. And he got the Stockholm syndrome. You know, everybody else, Big Payne, Bird Gang 31, Lower Brunson, all of the other boys that really normally come over here to talk a little bit, they gone. You know, they on their prospective channels. But Philadelphia, he's a diehard Cowboy fan, so he got to know what we're saying. So it is what it is. Shout out to him, though, you know, if my mods didn't throw him outside, you know. But it is what it is at this point, Cowboy Nation. We just got to take it one day at a time, one movement at a time, and got to continue. Got to continue to move this thing going in the right direction. Perez says, but you know that's what it is. I've seen some of some people who just don't understand football. Perez, if you're ever in Dallas, come meet me. We go to the game. Hell, I can get you a free ticket to the game if that's just something that you want. But the thing is, you yourself is delusional because I've read some of your comments and you were saying, well, he's telling the truth. The Cowboys haven't done anything in 25 years. Where's your loyalty? Where's your loyalty? Because the truth is you got to add the context with it too. Yes, the Cowboys haven't done anything in 25 to 26 years. But you coming off as if this administration, Dan Quinn, excuse me, Mike McCarthy been here for all of those times. And Dak Prescott, that's not the case nor the scenario. So I get it. You know, every time I see somebody post something, they go create these side accounts And they try to, you see somebody post a comment and then they like their own comment. Like, nobody liking that stuff. You liking your own comment, But it is what it is. But nobody, like, if you go to their pages, they don't do no content. They got faceless emojis or icon, and they don't got nothing but comments. Don't go to none of the games. Don't support this team, but say they're part of this team. I'm looking for some people some ride or dies, those who are willing to support this team. That's affiliated not just by keyboard warrior, fake, phony. I want somebody to roll with me. Looking for the real ones. You're a fake one. How you gonna be like, well, we haven't won anything in 25 years. Well, what the hell the Eagles was doing in 50 years? What was it, 60 years, since the 1960s, right? And they finally won one in 2017. Don't nobody bring that stuff up, right? And, the craziest thing about numbers and math, thank God, that he provide math as a universal language, that you can't circumvent the number. The number is, if it's 25 to 26 years and your only argument is relevancy, well, what were your team doing in those amount of years? How come they have not overcome the number? You see? Now, the only team that can probably say, okay, we can body you with that information, Law. We can body you with that information would be the New England Patriots, right? They have north of the amount of rings that the Cowboys had since that time frame, right? That would be the only team, or collectively Tom Brady fans, can come to the Cowboys organization and say, in 25 years, we caught you. And not just caught you, we passed you. And I would give them their respect. I could say, yeah, y'all did that. But anybody else, if you're still looking up, that's crazy. You have no room to speak because you're still looking up. You have not surpassed that marker of 5 Super Bowl rings. That's just the reality of it. I can't make this stuff up. That's the only team. Patriots are the only one. Well, I can throw in the Steelers. If somebody want a cookie, I can throw in the Steelers. If you're a diehard Steelers fan and you can say, well, we got 6 if you're a Steelers fan, and you say your Cowboys organization only got 5 of them, I will give you that. And technically, that should be a Perez and a quote-unquote Steelers fan, or Perez and the Philadelphia over there on the Steelers channel talking about, hey, y'all haven't won such. It should be somebody over there talking about them, So those are the only 2. Everybody else need to hush and just watch. Just watch. And let me see. You just don't get it. I wasn't alive 50 years ago. I only talk about things I witnessed in my life since I never saw Cowboys win a divisional playoff win in HD. But you see, I don't think that you get it. I don't think you get it. You are a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and you're on a Cowboys channel. And I can't say the R word because they'll flag the channel. But you are that R word right now. You are that R word. You are that R word person. And I can't make this stuff up. And I'm trying real hard because I don't ban people. I try real hard, fam, not to hit that ban button. Because it's so R-wordish. So it's equivalent. It's literally equivalent for me to go to the Steelers page and to troll them because of Ben Roethlisberger the way he's playing. Or for me to go to, dare I say, the Patriots page to consistently troll them to where they're playing. And, of course, they won the game last week. But that's the equivalency of stupidity. But you got to be somebody living in your mom's basement. Did you ever had some? Did you ever had a lady go for a cup of coffee? Did you ever witness that? Because if you bust one off, you probably live a little bit better and not worried about the Cowboys. That's just me talking some truth to you. All right, let me leave these guys alone. Nobody, he don't get it. You don't get it. But Cowboy Nation, stay focused, stay on the grind. And even though you have foolery, to come over to your channel that never bust one off or never have a significant other just can pull them to the side and say, baby, you losing this fight. And even if you get your friend guys like the Perez and the other guy named Cowboy Gamer to come over to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, real OGs, we only worry about the things that we are in front of, not somebody else's, right? But it'll go over his head and he'll say, hi, I didn't get buried with that. Because you don't understand it. Don't understand it. Lord help him. Lord help him. But in the midst of time, even when you're lowest at your lowest, and you're looking up, and you say to yourself, man, it's been a long time since I had a piece of an opportunity to win. And all the naysayers and everybody have something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. They say your problems, your issues shouldn't fall down to your kids. But I get it. This Dallas Cowboys team been having issues, problems, trials, and tribulations that they had no part of. Dak Prescott wasn't here for 20 years. Mike McCarthy wasn't here for 20 years. But I come here to tell you that they got to just shake that thing off and walk on top of it because the opportunity is here. You see, people come here to witness something. They come here to see greatness. There's never been a statue erected for a critic. There's always people to talk about things, but they never put in that hard work, that hard action. But this is what this Cowboy team is doing. And I tell people all the time, even though they're trying to climb out of the grave and I buried them, I bodied them. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all of the things tawdry and cheap for it, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, plan for it, and lose all terror of God or man for it. If you will just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stir pertinacity. If neither cold, poverty, or famish or fame, or sickness or body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and proceed and beset it with the help of Almighty. Oh, they don't feel me, but you will get it. You see, the enemy would like to try to throw you into the fiery furnace. Let me start that thing over again. And you see, the enemy always try to prepare things for you, right? Try to do things that will sully or denigrate you. And people don't get it. The trap that they are making, the trap that they are setting up. They said, turn the fire furnaces up a little bit more. Yeah. Turn the heat up a little bit more. Didn't know that when they turned that heat up a little bit more, the people that was going to try to throw them in burned away, passed away. And even though, let me tell you how faith worked, the three guys that they threw into the furnace, oh, this is the Cowboy Nation now talking to you. Oh my goodness, boy, whoo, it hit me. The three that they threw in there, they looked, the enemy was watching. The enemy didn't fall asleep. And they said, hold on. Didn't we throw three in there? We see a fourth person in there. Woo! Now y'all ain't feeling me, but the enemy won't get it. They won't understand that they've been buried right now. Oh, it's 4 of them in there. They walked out unscathed, huh? Untouched, huh? Clothes still on them. You see, when the hater try to throw things at you, they end up only hurting themselves. See, when the haters try to sully and ridicule you, they only hurting themselves. And when the haters try to do all of those things to talk about your misfortunes, they hating themselves, they hurting themselves, they burying themselves. See, the truth is over here. That's why people follow me. So even when I'm spitting the truth, oh my goodness, the haters even still try to come to learn a little bit. But I just still tell them, oh, what I'm spitting over here is for me and for my people, not for you. So, with that being said, why don't you guys, the haters, lean forward just a little bit? See, my bite is vicious, my bark is even nice. Woo! Cause I spit the fire over here, and they know it. So lean forward right here. Woo! Now you're learning not to mess with the law. Cause man, that slap is hitting you. Now it's time to bang roll up out of here, baby. Oh, let me do this right here. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. So somebody hit me and said, I learned something today. Don't mess with fire, it burn, baby. Yeah.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only
Come on.
one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell them it's
yeah, baby. It's 4 of them in there, baby. Time to roll.
No photos.
Ready.
Hit the door and the domain just whole team here might need some. Still young, but I move like a new deal to my lawyer.
Content so good, the enemy come to watch.
I'm just warming up, wait till I.
Boy, I'm prepared.
The numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up. Talk of the town where you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things for your pockets dull. Run it up.
Use your enemy as your footstool.
Now I move up.
They looking up. They proclaiming that they the ones looking up. Don't make sense.
Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell them it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. I keep giving game away.
I keep giving it away, baby. Yeah.
I got paid to play today.
Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button.
I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today.
There you go, Big Low. Appreciate ya.
In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest we might never know. On this acting, you gon' play a role.
Let's go.
Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Ooh, now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching. Need some food. Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news. Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell them it's I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo,
let it shine,
please,
baby.
No, please, no photos.
Yeah.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell them it's I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos.
I can't believe I still had this photo up there. Get out of here. Yeah.
Check, I might do it again. Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends.
Enemies!
10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside
let
the
go,
city,
baby.
Safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in
ride or die,
to
baby.
my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again.
That was easy.
Come on, roll with the nation, baby. Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. Shout out to all that made the donation. Thank those who wanted to make the donation, that couldn't make the donation. That preview of the credit being rolled was done to you and brought to you by my dog, Graphic Zone HD. 100 grand. Let's give him a round of applause, by the way.
I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart. I'm like Copper Farm and go act up. Cold-hearted, now I'm backed up.
Y'all be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Don't forget, we giving away stuff over here. You know, I don't know about you guys, but it's going to be the real deal, Holyfield. It's going to be the real flavor to it. And let me show you guys, I went down there to the pro shop. Shout out to all the pro shoppers out there. Let me find it right quick. Bam! Come on. The jersey giveaway are for those who donated the Cash App and for those who are part of the Facebook supporters tab, Patreon, as well as the membership. Your name will be entered into a drawing so that you can win the authentic jersey. Let me go grab it right quick. Yeah. This lamb right here. So it's going to be a real deal one. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Stay positive. It's the words of Jessica. PVO. Hey, we're rolling, baby. Appreciate you waiting for it. Appreciate it. Thank ya. Let's go, lamb. Let's go. I got one of the sickest, one of the realest outros of all time, by the way. But this is my time to read some of your comments. This is my time to see where you guys are from. So don't forget to post where you guys are from, where you watching from. This week we'll be talking all Vikings. And if I hurt anybody's feelings, be sure that it's just me. Charge it to my head, not my heart. Y'all know how this thing goes. But we rolling, baby. All alone. It's me, baby. No placebos over here. We rolling. They ain't talking about trees. Yeah. Come on. What we tell them? I'll follow. Y'all rocking with the nation. Let the world spin. One of the greatest running backs of all time. For your mind. Another one. And another one. Hey. I think you was the one lost. 7 wonders all in one. Shout out to you for the West Coast, Jay Lombardi. Shout out to you.
Aloha, any legit DTs we can trade Gallup.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Duck. KD, thank you. You the best, man. What's up, Jose?
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly,
what we tell them?
Then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Oh, that note go hard so all the time. Really appreciate everybody. I really do.
You have to.
We play these outros
biggest fan. And
for me to relax a little bit.
Really rough,
and I hope it helped you out too.
Working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're gonna be, who you're gonna be, who you're gonna be.
Yeah.
about that. All right? I need y'all to work with each other. Right? Why? The dish is a D personality and I, a S, a C. When you have all four of them working together, it's unbelievable. I need y'all to work together. Right? Great things in business are never done by one person. None of us is as smart as all of us. If you don't get nothing else, can you get that one? None of us is as smart as all of us. Care how deep you think you are. None of us is smarter than all of us. Some of y'all, you so cocky, you so arrogant, your ego is so, people come in the room, you feeling, I do this, I do that, I do. Don't nobody care what you do. What can we do together? What can we build together? What legacy can we leave together?
Jump. Come on, jump already. Why? Why are you concerned about what they think? Stop worrying about what could go wrong and think about what could go right. There you go. There you go. There you go, jump. There you go, believe. Believe that you can. Come on, there you go, believe that you will. Come on, believe that you must. Look, there you go. Doesn't it feel like freedom? Doesn't it feel like life? Doesn't it feel like you're finally getting to the place that you want, doing the things you want? Come on, there you go. There you go. I can. There you go. I will. There you go. I must. Man, I'm so proud of you. Yes, shake them off. Shake them off. Yep, shake off those thoughts. Shake them off. Shake off those people. Shake it off. Shake off that negativity. Shake it off. Now go. Go and live your best life. Now go.
You made a commitment. Somebody came to your living room. Somebody came to your house. Somebody came to your school and they recruited you. You owe them. You owe them your best. No excuses. You are adult men now. You're not kids no more. You're an adult male now. You owe. Somebody worked hard to give you what you have. You at least owe them what you said you was going to give them. No more. I'm not asking for no more. But whatever you told coach and the coaching staff you was going to do it. Girlfriend or no girlfriend. Do it. Tired or not tired. Do it. You said you was going to do it out your mouth. You a man now. And a man is only as good as his word, not his emotions. Your emotions don't win championships. So whatever's going to cause you not to be your best, stop it. You owe somebody in this room. I want you to stop. After today, don't you ever require more from a company than you require from yourself. Don't you ever do that. Don't you ever say this company ain't this, they ain't this, they ain't that. Don't you ever do that again. From this day forward, I want you to go, I ain't this, I ain't this, I ain't that.
Really appreciate everybody for jumping in. Remember, everyone to have a reason, but results are what matter. That's been my time. Until next time, DC for life. Salute.
Wow.